Hey everybody, Destin Legary here with James Duggan.
What's up?
And today we are talking about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the Xbox One. Duggan, you got to play, I got to play. What are your immediate thoughts?
So I have a lot of time invested on PC, over 200 hours, and jumping in on the Xbox One, it is a vastly worse experience, one that I don't think is indicative of what PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is meant to be, the way that it is on PC. It's improved a lot on PC, but I think we can talk about the specifics of why that is. What about yours? What's your opinion?
Yeah, so for some context, PC is pretty optimized right now. It is running really well, like easily 60 and up with ultra settings turned on.
Yeah, relative to where it was.
Yeah, relative to where it
was.
was.
For sure.
You hop onto the Xbox One X version, you have lag issues with server connection to the point where you can get kicked. There are some inventory management optimizations that definitely need to be made.
Yep.
A few other things. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So I think you hit on two for sure. There is lag that still exists on PC. The inventory is definitely ported straight from PC and is not optimized for a controller, and that is very apparent when you take the average load time for PC is like a couple seconds, 5
It's like tab, drop, you're done.
Right, and then on Xbox, you're standing there for 30 seconds waiting to get shot. And then in terms of shooting, the bullet calculation is done as a projectile, not hit scan, and without aim assist, that becomes a very difficult environment for controller users, especially at long ranges, especially when you're trying to hit a moving target. There are things like bullet drop, elevation that needs to be taken into account, as well as travel time, so you need to lead your target, and all that stuff on a controller, especially without aim assist, is just really tough.
Totally agree, and it's resulting in some interesting things on Xbox. A lot of people are hopping into vehicles and just driving around the map to get in the top 10. That's working for now. I think that's going to go away. Secondarily, a lot of automatic weapon usage as opposed to precision-based weapon usage, because if you're using a sniper and the other players jumping around, they're going to be incredibly difficult to hit at range.
Sure, and we haven't even talked about the performance, the FPS, the graphics, what it looks like.
That's the big one.
That is the biggest part, easily. When you load into a match, you'll see 5 to 10 frames per second through the drop. When you do parachute in and the match settles down and a couple people die off, maybe there's like 80 people left, the FPS will smooth out to somewhere in between 20 and 30 on the Xbox One, which is still not great.
Average 26, according to some reports out there.
Right, especially considering how the game looks. It looks very muddy.
Yeah.
This is not a fantastic looking game, and you would expect to see a good performance, but we're not. This is very much an early access preview product, which they do state. But
first screen that you see.
Right, for sure. But as somebody who's played a lot on the PC and has a really good understanding that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is not this crazy, hardcore battle royale thing that is going to necessitate a ton of time for you to get into a learning curve, I look at it as an approachable game, an approachable, hardcore game, and it doesn't really translate on Xbox. It's kind of a pain in the butt for me to interact with on Xbox. So my opinion of the game preview for Xbox One and Xbox One S for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is not to buy it right now, but to wait until it gets some much needed optimization. I know that you don't agree with that.
Yeah,
you feel that the core experience is intact.
So that's where we differ. I still think that gameplay experience of getting into an engagement with another player and then coming out victorious, be it getting a chicken dinner or just even hopping into Pachinki and going 1v1 shotgun versus pistol and coming out on top, that adrenaline that you feel, that excitement, it's still there, even though it is a preview version of the game. Yes, it's in a rough state, but you're still going to get an idea of what everybody has been talking about on PC, and that's why I really like the gameplay of it.
Sure, and we should mention that I think that it will only get better from here. As somebody who got into it in beta, it has come a very long way. They've added new weapons, optimizations, things like vaulting, new maps, graphical overhauls, and the performance that I was getting with a pretty beefy rig on PC in beta was garbage, and now I'm getting a very smooth FPS with Ultra, so they will get there, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time for Xbox One.
I totally agree. It seems like all these issues are fixable with a few tweaks. Like you can still get that core gameplay experience a little more polished, and then I think it's going to be a good experience on Xbox when they're ready to actually launch the title.
Sure, but for now, my opinion, rough, so wait.
And I say get in there and start fighting.
Whatever.
All right, thank you so much, James.
Cheers.
Yeah, of course. For more on all things PUBG, guys, keep it right here on IGN.